In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the standard operating procedures for the wash, rinse, and sanitize buckets. Let's get started.
The first thing you're going to want to do is start with clean buckets. So run them through your dish machine or through your 3-compartment sink. Be sure to start with clean buckets between each use.
Fill up your wash sink, your rinse sink, and your sanitizer sink. The sanitizer is very important, and you should follow the manufacturer's recommendations on how to utilize your sanitizer. If you have a system that automatically measures the amount of detergent and water for your wash bucket, which is the green bucket, then go ahead and use that system and pour it directly right into your bucket. Otherwise, you're going to want to add your detergent and the water. Just make sure that you don't get it too soapy. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of suds all over your contact surfaces. Next, you're going to want to fill your rinse bucket, which is the blue bucket, with warm water. And voila, there you have your wash and your rinse bucket. Now let's move to the sanitizing bucket. Before filling your sanitizer bucket, it is important to test the sanitizing solution that you just put into your sanitized sink. So what you want to do is make sure that you have the appropriate test strips that match the sanitizing solution that you're utilizing. And you also want to make sure that they're not expired. The other great information that you can get from this little container is how long you're supposed to hold the test strip in the solution. My test strip is supposed to be held into the sanitizing solution for 10 seconds. Then go ahead and line it up with the colors to make sure that your sanitizing solution concentration is just right. And you can see here, ours is supposed to be between 200 and 400 parts per million, and ours is just right in between that. So we are good to go. Now it's time to fill our sanitize bucket. To get the appropriate amount of concentration in your sanitizing bucket, the easiest way to do that is go ahead and fill your sanitizing sink. Use your test strip, make sure that you have the right concentration, and then just go ahead and dip your clean bucket right into the sanitizing solution and fill up your sanitizing bucket. Just like that. Now we have our wash, rinse, and sanitize buckets. So here are a couple of things that you need to know. One is these buckets need to be changed every 2 to 4 hours, or when the concentration of the washing detergent and the sanitizing solution start becoming a little bit diluted. Very important, because we want to keep that parts per million of the required manufacturer's recommendation at its peak. The other thing that we want to remember is that you always want to use fresh washcloths in each one, and you want to make sure that the same washcloth stays with that bucket. So you don't want to mix up the wash with the sanitize or accidentally put it in the rinse. Very important. Another important thing to remember is if you have students with food allergies, please be sure to follow the standard operating procedure for changing out the solution for the wash, rinse, and sanitize, because when you are cleaning the surfaces that you are touching the food that those students will be eating, it is very important that you get it right. So follow those standard operating procedures. Remember, this is a wash, rinse, sanitize setup system. We haven't talked about drying. Whatever you do, you want to make sure whatever you're washing that you're air drying. We don't want to dry with towels or paper towels or anything like that. We always want to make sure that we're air drying our surfaces or any utensils that we are washing, rinsing, or sanitizing in these buckets. And last but not least, it is important that you are storing these buckets away from food. So on a table where you're not preparing the food, or underneath your chef table.
And for those of you who have extra carts, this is a great way to keep your wash, rinse, and sanitize system mobile.
Yummy!
If you would like to see more Level Up with Chef Brenda videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We would be grateful if you would click on the bell to receive a notification when we release new videos. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video.